it is, BHD Army. It is your boy Blastphamoushd, and today we're here to watch a video called 5 Inappropriate Messages in Kids Shows. If you guys want to watch the original video, it is on, of course, Mindchop's channel, another one of my favorite top channels. The link to it will be in the description down below. I suggest you go watch it there because we chop parts out. The entire video's over there. We don't, watch the whole thing over here. Yeah, make sure to subscribe to them, check them out. They make great videos, watch some of their other stuff. Lego.
Number 5. Lonely.
My nigga, I fucks with Rugrats so heavy. I haven't seen Rugrats in, I would have, I like to say, what, 10 years or some shit? Maybe even longer. I need to get back up on that shit, man. Like, my thing is though, dude, I be like, working so much now and shit, doing so much. I don't even binge watch TV shows no more, man. But I used to love Rugrats, yo. I used to love Rugrats.
Space Vixens. In an episode of the Rugrats, Grandpa Lou rents some movies for the Rugrats to watch. But one of the movies he rented isn't so appropriate for children to watch, so to say. One of the movies he rented is about the Rugrats' favorite dinosaur Reptar, while the other one is called Lonely Space Vixens. I'm sure you can guess what Lonely Space Vixens is all about, but if not, it's a pornographic film. The worst part about it is how it's brought out on the show. Grandpa Lou takes the movie out and says, "And my personal favorite, but that's for after you go to bed." Pretty sneaky and inappropriate if you ask me.
I don't know, man. I just feel like there's nothing wrong with presenting your babies to masturbation, because that's basically what you're saying. Oh yeah, man, and one of my favorite movies, this porno with naked Martian bitches, but I'm gonna beat my meat when you go to sleep. You didn't hear me say that. Your children, go to sleep right now.
Number 4. SpongeBob watches porn. Wow, SpongeBob, you've really disappointed me here. But then again, I'm surprised I didn't catch this when I watched this very episode when I was younger. Anyways, in an episode of SpongeBob, he's sitting on a chair watching a sea anemone doing some sort of dance, and then his pet snail Gary walks in on him. Then after that, SpongeBob switches the channel really quickly and denies watching it at all, saying, "I was just looking for the sports channel." Okay there, SpongeBob. If you've ever been in this type of situation, you'll immediately recognize what's going on.
Yeah, man, I've been in this situation a whole bunch, man. Y'all remember that shit where you could only see porn pay-per-view channels for like 5 seconds, and then they would cut it off, and you had to buy it if you wanted to watch the rest of it, man? I would just keep switching back and forth between that and the porn channel. That's when I realized that the last button was a lot faster way to do that. It was either that, I would go downstairs at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I would sneak downstairs and I would watch HBO After Dark. You don't know struggle until you tried to bust a nut off of looking at some side titty. It was some of the softcore porn. Side titty, man, because you couldn't see no nip, no vagina, no, it was grossly apparent that sex wasn't really happening. But like when you're younger, man, you gotta use your imagination to come. See, that's why I be telling people, man, kids nowadays, man, they don't know the struggle. They haven't had to wait until their parents left, then sneak into their room, do a full-on FBI search, sweep of the whole damn room to find that porn stash, and then watch that on VHS. And then every time you hear a car that could even remotely resemble your parents, you've got to run, most of the time, ass naked from the stomach down to the window and look outside to make sure your parents aren't home. And if they were, you've never run faster than you would run back to that television. And then you got to rewind the tape exactly back to the spot where you started it at, put it back, run back into the room, stick the shit back in there, in the stash, wherever it was, make sure it doesn't look like anything's moved, and then you run back in your room and then take off the condom. Because safe sex is... We're gonna edit that out, I'm sorry. Wrap it up. Here's the moral of the story. Safe sex is important. Even when it's with yourself. Wrap it up. We gonna edit that out. I'm gonna use that.
Trust me, I've been there.
See, even he admits it.
Number 3, Yosemite Sam.
I'm not weird, guys. I'm not weird. Even he admits it.
Wow, I think this may have gone a little too far. What happens in this episode of Looney Tunes? I wish Bugs would have told Yosemite Sam to at least not drop the soap, just to be considerate.
That is hilarious. I never knew that children cartoons could allude to man rape. That's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna have to see if I can find that clip.
Number 2, Flintstones penis joke. In this episode of the Flintstones, Fred and Barney are going to the costumers to get a costume. Fred Flintstone asks Barney, "What are you gonna get?" And Barney replies by saying, "I'm gonna get something that makes me look tall." While Fred replies back by saying, "How about another head?" And then after that normal joke, Barney replies again with a very inappropriate one saying, "What do I need 3 of them for?"
I remember watching this episode of Tiny Toons. I didn't think there was anything really inappropriate about it. Didn't they kind of discuss the fact that you shouldn't drink? A lot of people say, oh, you know, only 1 beer, it's not a big deal, you know, and then they get drunk as fuck, basically saying don't drink or you're gonna run someone over and then drive off the side of a cliff, even if it's just 1.
Way to make this acceptable, huh? Anyways, they go to a park, dodge a cop walking by.
I don't know, that shit does make it acceptable to me. You know, like they're showing the evils of alcohol. They even address the fans and let them know, like, yo, like, you know, we're going to show you not to drink. I fucks with that.
I proceed to share 1 bottle of beer and get completely trashed like they're downing shots of moonshine on an empty stomach. A couple scenes later, they walk near a university, suddenly with scruff on their face and dressed like a group of homeless people. They later end up stumbling through an alleyway and falling on the ground near a lamppost.
Shit, man, I think they need to make more shit like that for kids. I think the problem is that nowadays motherfuckers be trying to shield kids from shit, like regular shit that they're gonna fucking run into. You know what I mean? Like, that's why sex ed is so fucking whack. Oh man, don't fuck. Don't have sex, kids. Abstinence is the way, my nigga. Nigga, that shit don't exist. No one's gonna do that. Motherfuckers watch TV. Sex is literally fucking everywhere. We've got internet porn nowadays. Motherfuckers need to start teaching kids like, look, yo, hey, look. You probably gonna have sex. This is all the fucked up stuff that will happen if you don't at least protect yourself when you do. If anything, abstinence is probably not gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, I tell the kids like, look, yo, abstinence probably ain't gonna happen. Probably ain't gonna wait until marriage. No one does that shit. But you should at least wait until you're ready. Teach, especially young females and shit, teach them all the tactics of motherfuckers like me that'll try to trick the women into giving up the vagina panties. Teach them all the peer pressures and all the fucked up shit and all the stuff. Teach them that all of that shit is bullshit. How about teaching females if a nigga says he loves you, he is lying? All the time. He's trying to have sex with you while you're saying it. Nigga, he's lying. Some females still don't know that shit. Like 9 times out of 4 times, this nigga's not being truthful. And that's just real. Motherfuckers need to be teaching kids this shit. If you're in a relationship with a female and it's going bad, some females will tell you they're pregnant to try to save the relationship. If a chick is smashing more than 1 dude and she tells you she's pregnant, she usually picks the guy who has the most stuff going for himself. And that's immediately the baby father. Every time. Real shit. I've had it happen to me at least 3 or 4 different times with females. And the chick would be like, well, you know, I'm pregnant, you know, blah, blah, blah. And me, I'd start getting on my grind and shit. Like I had a regular job at the time. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna get on my grind. You know, I'm gonna get on my grown man shit, you know, because I'm gonna take care of my child. Like, I'm not gonna be like these other motherfuckers that be running on females and shit, you know what I mean? Like my dad wasn't there when I was younger. I'm gonna do the right thing, right? Couldn't find out chick was on the low with some other dudes or a different dude or whatever, you know, and then I'd find out. I'd be like, we done now, fuck you. So she'd be like, what baby? What about the baby? I'm like, what baby? Dude, ask that nigga about the children, bitch. Hit me with the paternity test. Hit me with them results. You gotta show me proof for me to believe you now. I'm sorry. Other than that, you cut off. They need to educate kids about this type of stuff, bro, because like sex is every fucking where. They need to educate people and kids and, you know, young people about this shit instead of trying to just tell them abstinence, because no one does that shit. And then you get them and then they just end up going out and doing this shit and not knowing what the fuck they're doing, not knowing about diseases, STDs, or how to be safe, or when someone's just tricking you out of the booty. They don't know none of that shit. So, you know, then they end up 16 and pregnant. Abstinence. being said, you should definitely be abstinent because that is the only way. I can't even make that joke work. I have nothing for that. I'm usually Steph Curry with the improv. I can't make that shit work. With that being said, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to comment, like, and or subscribe. Also, make sure to go check out 5 Inappropriate Messages in Kids Shows by the Mind Chop. That link will be in the description down below, which will lead to Mind Chop's channel. Make sure to go watch it over there because we chop parts out. And here's to anybody who says I don't add to my videos. Like, I get that shit all the time. Like, oh man, you don't add any real content to your videos. You mean like you're just watching vids? I'm like, nigga, really? This is one of those videos turning 4-minute video into like 15. And watch, I'll still get some shit. I see this shit all the time in the comment section. You know, stop talking so much in your videos. I'm like, really? So you don't want content is what you're saying. But yeah, man, Twisms, wrap it up. That's just real. Always do that shit, man. I love how motherfuckers out here really trying to trick people into thinking like sex without condoms is really that horrifying of a thing. I don't understand. Is it bad not to get sleazy STDs and get people you don't want pregnant? I guess.